6 seconds. Murray heaves it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. It is caught.
So the Arizona Cardinals started the year 5-2, and after this Hail Mary game winner against Buffalo, looked like we were finally going back to the playoffs. After all, Kyler Murray was an early MVP candidate, and the trade for DeAndre Hopkins had the front office looking like geniuses, getting rid of a washed-up David Johnson and his terrible contract too. So it was only right to expect them to clinch a playoff spot in the NFC this year, right? Nah, who am I kidding? We're talking about the freaking Cardinals, who haven't won a championship since the microwave was invented in 1947. The squad went 3-6 their last 9 games to finish at an average 8-8. So what went wrong for the Cardinals? And yeah, for sure, it is definitely an improvement on their 5-10-1 season the year before. Yeah. It just feels so disheartening because of how it ended. There are 4 big reasons I believe this team cost themselves multiple wins this year. In this video, I'm going to touch on just how the Cardinals broke their fans' hearts this year. First up, I have special teams and culprit number 1, kicker Zane Gonzalez. Gonzalez went 16 of 22 on field goal attempts until a back injury landed him on injured reserve. However, even with 4 games lost, finished the season with 5 misses between 40 and 49 yards, tied for the league high. He missed wide left on a game-winning attempt in overtime against Seattle, wide right on a go-ahead attempt under 2 minutes against New England, and again under 2 minutes, kicked it short on a game-tying attempt against Miami. Come on, man! While he did redeem himself in that Seattle game after a big interception by Isaiah Simmons, safe to say he should be expecting competition next season at the very least. Maybe I'm an unfair fan, but kickers receive a very handsome game check to make these kicks, so fans and coaches definitely expect them made. They were clutch kicks for the lead or tie at the end of the game. Gonzalez just wet the bed. Coach Cliff Kingsbury said after the season he still has a lot of faith in Gonzalez, but he also said Josh Rosen was going to be the quarterback when he got hired, so take that with a grain of salt. Can't expect him back next season. Next up are the game-changing 3rd and longs this team has allowed this year. Here we have this 3rd and 11 against LA in Week 13. The Cardinals dropped 7 in coverage, only to allow a wide-open receiver to catch the ball and pick up an easy first down. This is a big time they get off the field, but instead the Rams go down and score a touchdown on the series to make it a 10-point game, the margin the Cardinals would lose by. On this play, LA runs a deep go and an out route. All defenders follow the deep route, leaving 81 open in the flats without a defender in the area. Obviously somebody was confused, but this game is in Week 13. Everybody should understand their job by now. In a crucial situation in the 4th quarter, the defense made a huge mental error, and the Rams walked right over them. We'll surely get the stop on the next one though, right? Right? Wrong. Dang. What the heck happened now? The Cardinals lined up crowding the line of scrimmage, looking like they're blitzing, and drop only 1 deep safety. The Dolphins receiver motions from the top of the formation to the bottom, and no Cardinals defender follows him. This tells the Dolphins quarterback that the Cardinals are in a zone coverage, and he needs to fit the ball into the open area to let his receiver make a play. And that's exactly what he did. Gave his receiver a great throw. It was Arizona's best cornerback in Patrick Peterson against Miami's best receiver in Devontae Parker. It's no shame in your opponent making a great play on you. However, off this conversion, the Dolphins drive down the field and score the game-tying touchdown. This 3rd and 13 play in Week 12 almost made me break my TV. This one directly lost the game for Arizona. I mean, look at this. This is unacceptable. We can see on the coach's film that Budda Baker is coming very, very fast on a blitz off the edge, and Newton uses his aggressiveness against him and goes right around him. Let's play that back one more time. Let's see what happened again. Add in the 15-yard penalty for the late hit out of bounds, and they put the Patriots in position to hit a game-winning field goal as time expired. Newton had a horrific passing game, throwing 2 interceptions and under 100 yards in the game. Everybody in the league knows that Newton's legs are his biggest threat. Somebody should have gave the Cardinals a call and let them know that. But wait, there's more! Here they're playing a 3rd-string quarterback late in the season, Week 16, and they absolutely gift them a conversion here. No one is lost, just the tackling job is horrendous. Now the coverage on this play isn't bad at all. Chris Banjo comes up from his safety position to make the tackle, and he's there in time. But the San Francisco running back goes right around him and lowers the boom on Isaiah Simmons to get that last yard he needs for the first down. Now San Francisco is on its 3rd-string quarterback, and backups are everywhere on offense and defense. If you can't make simple plays like this in the NFL, teams are going to make you pay. even the team last in the division with nothing to play for. Immediately following this play, the 49ers score a touchdown, expanding the lead in a game they would win. Next up on our list is the unforgivable amount of penalties this team gave up in 2020. They had the most penalties in the league at 113. Next closest was Jacksonville, who went 1-15 this year and on the first pick in the draft. There were so many penalties, but I want to show a couple that were game changers and momentum shifters. Here it's 2nd and 20 against the Dolphins, and off the edge comes Marcus Golden with the big sack. What a huge play for the defense. One more stop to get off the field, but oh wait.
Face mask, number 95.
Yup, rookie Lakai Fotu was called for a face mask. A killer penalty. He just gets a grip of it here, and the ref saw it. This would give Miami a first down instead of what would have been a 3rd and 25 or longer. With this new life, Miami drives down the field and punches in a touchdown before the quarter ends. In a game, they win by 3 points. Here I'll go back to the same San Francisco game from a few clips back. Arizona has possession in the 4th quarter at their own 32-yard line. Left tackle DJ Humphries gets called for the false start here. Now I watched this play about 20 times, and I really don't see where the false start is. But ref still threw his flag, can't do anything about it. Cardinals led the league with the most false start penalties. And that's in a season with no fans in the stadium, making it hard to hear. Just so bizarre. Now it's 3rd and 10, and the play picks up 8 yards, which thanks to the penalty is no longer enough for the first down. Cardinals questionably go for it on 4th down and don't get it, and the Niners take over and make the Cardinals defense look like Swiss cheese on the first play, taking it to the 1-yard line. Their touchdown with 8:36 left would be the dagger for the Cardinals.
What the hell's going on out here?
So who is running the show here? Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury was hired with a losing record in his time as a college coach at Texas Tech. He was brought in to create a dynamic offense, which he has. As a play caller, his team finished 6th in yards per game and 13th in scoring, averaging over 25 points a game. However, fans can now start to see why he owns a losing record with some bad decisions being made throughout the season, but especially at the end of the year. In this embarrassing sequence, a Cardinals coach goes to tell Kingsbury, "Coach, the play clock is running out." This clip of Kingsbury in Week 7 panic running to get a timeout because neither he or his team was aware of the play clock shows how lost his team can be at times. No players on the field had urgency to go snap the ball or call a timeout, and Gonzalez makes the kick as timeout is called, then comes out and misses it when it counted. This is such a badly coached sequence which almost cost them the game. Can't forget they attempted the kick on 2nd down too. You don't see this happening to many teams. Kingsbury burnt a lot of unneeded timeouts this year, and this one in Week 17 takes the cake. The Cardinals win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. They can't afford to spend one of their 2 remaining timeouts in a 2-possession game, but have to because the team is not ready to snap the ball. Whether the play was not sent to Murray in time or Murray did not notice the clock, it falls on Kingsbury and his coaching staff. The play call after the timeout is the worst part of this sequence actually. Coach calls a quarterback pitch option play to the left side of the field with the least amount of blockers and loses about 4 yards in the most important game of the year. Murray left the game in the first quarter with a lower leg injury and is basically playing on one leg at this point. And that's the best call you got? Looks like he's trying to kill the guy. Even the announcer had to chime in.
Skimpy, and look at him coming off the field. He could barely walk. I'm not really sure about what they were trying to accomplish with this.
Instead of a last gasp, Kingsbury waves the white flag here and sends in Andy Lee to punt. And not even a good one either, as it bounces into the end zone for a touchback and basically ends the season for the Cardinals. I don't know how Kingsbury sees general manager Steve Keim and owner Michael Bidwell after the game and tells them he did everything he could to win. So there we have it. Going into next season, the Cardinals have a lot of problems to fix. All things highlighted in this video were plays where the Cardinals hurt themselves. If the Cardinals cut down on some penalties, make a few more field goals, get an extra 3rd down stop or 2, they might be in the playoffs. But you cannot overlook how badly Cliff Kingsbury was outcoached in a lot of games in 2020. I'm confident he'll be back as head coach, but he should be on the hot seat if the play from the final half of the season continues into 2021. Thank you for watching, and go Cardinals!